I am Jane Addams. My father was a well respected politician and businessman known as John H. Adams, even respected by the 16th President of the United States, Abraham Lincoln, as he served as an officer during the Civil War and acquaintance to him personally. Sadly, my mother passed away 2 years after I was born due to an accident she had during labor. Eventually, my father remarried a respectful woman known as Sarah Weber, who devoted most of her time to helping the poverty stricken community. Watching my mother in law perform such charitable acts to society inspired me to do the same myself. I devoted time to study the lives of these individuals and realize more and more how they felt so I could emotionally connect myself with them and empathize.
Wake up, young man.
But sadly,
I have something for you.
I would suffer from pieces of my time to studying the lives of those who are ridden to poverty so I could see what I could do to help that community. However, it was not my time yet.
At a young age, I was stricken and infected by Pott's disease, which is considered to be tuberculosis of the spine. This was a big hill I had to climb, as it made childhood activities more difficult. I was not as fast as my friends, and couldn't ride a bike. However, these did not stop me from determining my future. And so forth. After high school years, I went to study at Rockford University and then ended up enrolling at the Women's Medical College of Philadelphia to study medicine. However, I could not continue my studies there as I suffered a surgery on my back, and it slowed me down tremendously. As I moved forward, I decided the medical field would no longer be my future, and a different door opened eventually that I voluntarily walked through. After recovering from an illness, I went on a tour of Europe in 1883 to 1885 and 1887 to 1888. Me and my traveling companion, Ellen Gates Starr, discovered Tonabee Hall in London, the world's first settlement house, which is an institution that provides community services to the poor. Seeing this inspired me once more, and had told me that it is my calling to help the poverty-stricken community. After this, I decided that I would do the same in my home state of Illinois, so I created my own settlement house in Chicago known as the Hull House on September 18, 1889, and it became a safe haven for the poverty-ridden communities around these parts of Chicago near the settlement. Finally, I had successfully and significantly accomplished my dream of helping these poor souls, and the Hull House saw more and more growth and success in its goal to help the poor communities of Chicago. The Hull House provides a safe place and a new beginning for the poor and Eastern immigrants in these parts. Hull House residents provided kindergarten and daycare facilities for the children of working mothers, an employment bureau, an art gallery, and libraries, also English and citizenship classes, and theater, music, and even art classes. As the complex expanded to include 13 buildings, Hull House also supported more clubs and activities, such as a labor museum, the Jane Club for single working girls, meeting places for trade union groups, and a wide array of cultural events. The Hull House ended up expanding into 13 separate buildings. After this, I had also devoted time to help found and contribute to organizations that wanted to help the society, like the Natural National Child Labor Committee. This committee, chartered by Congress in 1907, led to the creation of the Federal Children's Bureau in 1912 and a passage of the Federal Child Labor Law in 1916. After this, I also founded the Women's International League for Peace and Freedom in 1919. Because of all of my hard work, this had totally paid off, and I actually ended up receiving the Nobel Peace Prize in 1931 for my assiduous effort to revive the ideal peace and rekindle the spirit of peace in their own nation and in the whole of mankind. Unfortunately, during this time, I was suffering. After sustaining a heart attack in 1926, I never fully recovered and was becoming very weak, and this eventually led to my death in 1945. I had a surgery on an ovarian tumor. I later died on May 21st, 1935.